MonoRants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and helping me win elections with her awesome cleavage is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Free the nipple!
Free the nipple?
Yeah.
It's not cleavage then, it's just full on tits.
Yeah.
And I don't know that would win elections. Though, that said, there is some dude who just released a porn tape announcing his candidacy for an election in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just putting it all out there then.
Literally, yeah. No, released a porn tape with some porn actress and it was like, I'm running for, I don't know, some sort of seat of political importance in New York.
Okay.
Immediate tangent there, sorry.
Party.
And in no way related to today's film, just, you know, cleavage and political office. That's about it.
Yeah.
The loosest of links. Although, do you know, I did realise something as I was writing show notes for this episode.
What?
That, you know, we try and do non-spoiler reviews of films and shit.
Yeah, sometimes we get a little bit carried away.
Yeah, and sometimes we just do straight up spoiler reviews. But if you haven't seen the films we're talking about, none of my intros for you will make any sense.
Yeah, that's okay.
Until you watch the film.
That's okay.
But then, some of the summaries that we saw for this film were wildly inaccurate.
Yeah.
Wildly inaccurate.
Yeah, one of them just straight up was a plot summary.
Well, yeah, one of them was just gave away everything, and then another one was like, that's not what the film is about at all. Said film is, of course, 1997's The Relic.
Yes, with Tom Sizemore.
Yes, and
Penelope Ann Miller.
Yeah, and the awesome Linda Hunt.
Yes! Oh, I love Linda Hunt.
And a whole bunch of other 90s actors whose names I can't or couldn't be asked to remember.
No, but Creature Effects by Stan Winston Studios.
Yes. Oh, and Brian Steele inside the creature. So, yay for Brian Steele.
Yeah.
I think at this point we're nearly a Brian Steele podcast. He's been so many of the movies.
I always feel like the Creature guys deserve a shout out and huge praise because their jobs are really fucking hard.
Oh, I mean, I think it was a big thing we talked about in our Doom rant.
Yeah.
Because him and Doug Jones are nearly as important characters as anybody else in that fucking film.
Yeah, and then like when you look at their film catalogues, Hellboy alone, the pair of them in that, Doug Jones is Abe Simeon and the Angel of Death.
Yeah, and
Brian Steele is Mr. Wink, and that's a huge costume.
And Samael in the first one.
Yeah. And like they've a hugely difficult job. So always love to give them a good shout.
And this was Brian Steele's first movie role.
Yeah, he had played Harry in Harry and the Hendersons. And
some random creature in like 2 episodes of some random show, and then this.
Yeah. And then went off to be, you know, an awesome werewolf and stuff.
Yeah, no, I honestly, he's got 30 credits, and I think we've probably done about 10 of them at this point. So, we can expect some more Brian Steele in the future.
Yeah. No, I'm always a fan of in-camera creature effects. I always think they age better.
Yes.
They'll always look better because you have an actual physical thing there to interact with.
Yeah, and as opposed to last week where we had an entirely CGI monster.
Yeah. And
there are a bunch of, I don't know if parallels is the right word, but like links between last week and this week as we go on. The first being that, you know, where last week was field work, this week is back in the museum doing your research.
Yes, lab work.
Lab work.
Interns.
Oh, the ridiculous interns.
The interns, the security guard, who, shout out to the security guard, I've forgotten his name entirely, but he...
Oh, I have his name in my notes somewhere for trivia, I hope, or did I cut it out?
I don't know.
No,
but,
hang on.
He's a stuntman, and he is the first person in this to get eaten.
Yep.
But he's also the first person in the original Jurassic Park film to get eaten. He's the ranger who gets eaten by the velociraptor at the very start when they're trying to unload her into the enclosure.
Gets his arm ripped off, like sticking it through the cage, or gets pulled into the cage. I don't have it in my notes. I thought I had his name. I don't even have that bit of trivia. Probably because I was like, I'll remember that.
No, I did, because it had to do with Jurassic Park. And I love that film.
This film does have like a kind of, I'd say intentional, but very much a Jurassic Parky vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, being set in a museum helps, and having a whole load of like anthropologists and biologists and sciencey people talking about microbiology and whatnot probably helps.
And analysing shit.
But it's not like, you know, knockoff or anything by any means.
No. This movie is I've always been a big fan of this from when I saw it originally. There's certain bits that stuck out to me. The whole them in the sewers.
Yeah.
Basically, because Linda Hunt is actually up to her chin. It's hilarious. That a few bits kind of inside during the rampage.
Yeah, I was going to say that for me, what I always remembered was the kind of the carnage scene.
Yeah.
Inside the main atrium.
The initial kind of rampage panic moment. And the opening...
Not the absolute stampede of rich people running over each other. That's just hilarious. That directly precedes the bit that I like. And
the initial opening sequence with the guy and the shaman in the Amazon and him being fed drugs, and it looks very similar to like an ayahuasca style ceremony.
That was one of the bits in
like making
in
him
the
drink
trivia.
this stuff. Like the only thing he didn't do was like vomit his face off.
Pretty much.
Because that's what ayahuasca does to you, isn't it? Like it just makes you like puke horribly.
One of the bits of trivia was the preparation of the fictional elixir given to John Whitney by the Amazon tribesmen, and the ceremony surrounding it strongly parallels the real life consumption of ayahuasca, a psychoactive tea used religiously by numerous Amazon tribes. And now I think you can put and a bunch of fucking hippie tossers in trying to find themselves.
Yeah, no, take mushrooms, love. It's a lot safer.
A lot less vomiting involved as well.
Yeah, mushrooms.
But no, it is. It was intentionally designed to.
Yeah, I don't think when you take ayahuasca, somebody dresses up as a native monster and charges at you, and then everybody laughs maniacally while you huddle in the corner and wet yourself.
Generally, on any hallucinogenic,
it's not a good idea. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't dress up as monsters. Don't watch Battle Royale either.
No, God, no. And then take salvia. Oh no.
But that was in a different podcast entirely.
Yes.
Suppose we should go for a summary.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of lazy with that.
Yeah.
It's our only running gag, and I'm just like, nah, just throw it out there. Dr. Margot Green and Dr. Lee are both getting ready to wow museum patrons at a high-profile gala as they compete to secure a big research grant. When a museum security guard shows up dead, Lieutenant Vincent D'Agusta is under pressure to catch the killer before the gala. But despite the lieutenant's warnings that they've caught the wrong man, the city's rich and powerful arrive for the gala, only to end up locked in with something far worse than a simple murderer.
Yeah.
I said gala a lot there.
Yeah, well, the gala is the central theme of this. Everything is revolving around this event. Like, the museum's funding is like, the museum's poured 7 months of preparation into this thing. It's their main fundraising event. It kind of has to go ahead. And the small inconvenience of a dead security guard who's been decapitated.
Nobody gives a shit about that poor guy.
Decapitated, ripped off.
Nobody gives a shit about that poor security guard. From the kids at the start who won't listen to him saying, when he's asking them to walk, kids, walk, he says it about 50 times, to when he gets killed on the shitter, to
having a doob.
Yeah, he's having a doobie. But then the cops on the scene being like, one of them makes a joke about the fact that he was having a little reefer party or something like that.
Yeah.
A pot party. And
Tom Sizemore is like, well, last time I checked, it wasn't a decapitation offence.
Decapitation is a bit severe.
It was a nice put down because your man was like, we're fine, and then went back into the toilet stall.
Then nobody really gives a shit about him. Linda Hunt.
The head of security is like, I never met him, and it was like, dude, you're the head of security. How shit are you at your job? It's like literally I never met him. He was the night guardman. Yeah, and then
the coroner spends the entire autopsy just cracking jokes about the fact that
the coroner's awesome.
Oh no, she's fucking brilliant.
The Cell could have learned a lot from this, because it does have a lot of characters that are introduced for small scenes, but they're very memorable. Whereas in the Cell, you didn't really care who the greater police force were.
The Frighteners was very much the same.
Yeah.
Whereas we spent a lot of the Cell going, who the fuck are these people?
Can we just go back into the dreamscape, please?
Yeah, whereas in this, anybody you remember is fun, and anybody you don't probably got killed off pretty quickly.
Yeah. Or is just incredibly annoying briefly.
Yeah, except for those stupid interns. No, they're just so fucking happy and weirdly wholesome and obsessed with Margot.
Yeah.
It's just weird the way they're all snickering when she insults Dr. Lee, and then the whole skeleton, Dr. Green, can we go home?
And they all pop up and it's like, ooh, what's that?
It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, they were a bit odd. Kind of wish they'd gotten their heads eaten.
Yeah, no, but they get out because they get off early. Yeah. Lucky for them. And I suppose lucky for us, because...
No, I'd have liked to have seen them getting eaten. That would have been fun.
No, I am a bit disappointed we didn't get to see the Playstales getting ripped apart by those beetles. That would have been fun.
Yes, the flesh-eating beetles.
Yeah, filmed, but cut for... Well, they reckon they got cut for being too gruesome. But I'm like, there's a whole load of on-screen decapitations in this movie.
Yeah. Those poor SWAT guys.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
SWAT guys, because like the museum, like, okay, so going back to the very, very, very fucking start before we get away ahead of ourselves, it opens in the Amazon. There's a weird fucking ritual which involves a man crying and peeing in the corner. Cut to him on a dock frantically looking for his crates. He ends up sneaking on board the ship and finding his crates, and he opens them and he starts shrieking for some reason because it's only fabric, and then you see other crates back on the pier that have his name and the museum address shipped on them.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay, weird, whatever. Then you see the same ship 6 weeks later.
Yeah, empty. Nobody.
With a whole load of dead people in the bilge.
Well, you find a whole load of dead people in the bilge, and then after that, it's basically all the stuff in the museum about the gala.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with this ship at the start. Until poor old security guard gets his noggin chopped off.
Yeah.
And the detective shows up and thinks maybe it has something to do with all the decapitated bodies they found on the ship.
Yeah, because there's like 17 of them at this point.
Yeah, can't figure out the link. They find a random homeless dude.
Yeah, just happened to have something that was from that.
Oh, he did just run at the officers with an axe. It's not just that he has possessions belonging to the dead people.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of stuff in this that's set up really nicely that they link back into. Like when D'Agusto pulls up to the ship originally at the pier, he kind of looks over at these tunnels and he just goes, huh, what are they? And a local officer explains that they were used to move coal from the pier down into buildings.
Yeah. And
they run all over the city. And he's like, huh, interesting. That then becomes a
big plot point later
on in it.
Yeah, in the first of our kind of links to last week, where last week one of the things we were pissed off at was like nothing seemed to be set up properly.
Yeah. From
Zahir and his magical working for NASA out of nowhere, and
there's throwaway lines in this that get payoff later on. Like
the fucking salmon.
The salmon. Do you like salmon on those little round toast thingies? Because there's going to be like 300 pounds of it if this gala doesn't go ahead.
Yeah, and then when the gala does go ahead,
the shot of the gala is a tray of those salmon on the little toast thingies.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
There's some really satisfactory attention to detail in this.
There's nothing set up that doesn't pay off in this film, with the exception of the Blaisdells running off and us not seeing what happens to them. But
that
we've already discussed that.
Yeah.
And
no, there is some really nice attention to detail in
everything else is set up really, really well and pays off quite satisfyingly later on in the film. And that, both times when we were watching it, we just kept commenting on it, going, this is just really well crafted.
Yeah,
narrative.
It's a really nicely paced film.
A bit exposition heavy, but when so many characters are museum nerds.
Yeah, you're
given
the setting. Yeah, you've got scientists trying to figure out something. It's gonna get a bit nerdy.
Yeah.
But she still manages to make it not inaccessible.
Yeah, well, because you have the cop.
Yeah.
Because you have your main character.
But they don't dumb it down a huge amount like you do get in certain shows and certain films where they're like, for the layperson, and they're like, well, it's an apple and this.
Yeah. No, it's not a balloon and something bad happens.
Yeah.
For Futurama. Yeah, no, you've got your kind of everyman in Tom Sizemore's character in Vincent. But he's not an idiot, so he just needs quick explanations most of the time, and he's like, all right, fair enough, I'm up to speed.
Can we actually just applaud the character for being a cop who's actually genuinely good at his job?
Yeah, I mean, he comes off as a little gruff sometimes, but
he could be called out for being overly cautious, but in this case, it was warranted.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he all of the steps he takes, you see him as a cautious bloke.
Yeah, he wants to do everything properly. He's got a lot of dead bodies. He's going to be extra cautious because he's got a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, and even though they found a suitable suspect, he's like, something doesn't feel right. Like, why would a homeless guy how and why would a homeless guy end up on a ship from Brazil, kill everybody on board, and then hide out under a museum for the next couple of weeks and only kill one other person?
Yeah, well, and he's got a whole museum to hide in. Why would he be in the sewers underneath it?
Yeah.
And he goes through all the act of clearing, like all the offices, all the floors. When they force him, essentially the mayor rings him and is like, have you seen my wife? Have you seen her cleavage? She's won me elections with this cleavage.
The aforementioned cleavage.
She bought a new dress.
I want to show off her cleavage.
Yes, this is very important to me. So, and even though he's doing this very much against his will, he's like, I'm only opening the exhibition space.
Yeah.
I'm going to have as much
police presence as I want there.
As I deem necessary. You will do what I say. That is that. So even though he's doing it under duress, he's still going to do it by the book.
Tom Sizemore's really good in this.
Yeah.
Both the leads are really good in this. So is Penelope Ann Miller.
Yeah.
No.
There is some unbelievable hysterical shrieking.
Yeah, particularly when the monster gets all up close and personal with her near the very end of the film.
No, but I was thinking more when he's banging on the door.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. There's some reaction shots in this that are hilariously unbelievable. Like when they open the bilge.
Oh, yeah.
Because number one, that would fucking stink.
Yeah, it would.
And they're just kind of like, no. There should be retching. There should be at least one of you running away, like just like to go and puke behind something.
Yeah.
Like that was a whole load of things in warm, damp water.
Yeah, no,
of course water's damp, you fucking moron.
Watch out, the water is wet. But yeah, no, some of their reactions are a bit, but
also,
generally.
Another point.
Yes.
When the kids are going down the stairs at the very start, and that kid grabs the other one by the leg through the stairs. Oh,
and then he's behind him. That kid can phase through solid matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a kid that can phase through solid matter in this film.
He's behind him. He stands up behind him and he's above him on the stairs.
The kid's just...
Like if he was below him, you'd be like, oh, okay, he'd come around. But he's behind him.
Yeah. Those kids are annoyingly 90s as well.
Yeah.
Now, they're not quite Terminator 2.
Oh, God.
John Connor as a teenager, annoyingly 90s. There's no a duh or anything like that, but yeah, they're kind of annoying kids.
Oh, no. You know who's really annoyingly 90s in a film? Your man's kids in Mars Attacks, who go off to play in the arcade.
No, I still think John Connor in Terminator 2.
John Connor is really bad.
Just a smarmy little cunt that you want to slap around the place. At least at the start of the film, anyway. Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's a fucking annoying little shit.
Yeah. Rest of the characters in this are fun. Yeah. Well, the ones that you kind of get to spend time with. Linda Hunt's Dr. Cuthbert. I assume she's supposed to be the curator of the museum?
She's like the museum, yeah. She's like head of the museum and he's head of like anthropology or something like that. And
Ooh, Dr. Frock.
Dr. Frock, who's all in the wheelchair.
I think it's James Whitmore. He's been
brilliant.
in fucking tons of stuff, but he's brilliant in this.
Too.
I'd have loved to have had him as an anthropology professor because I had some boring ass motherfucking anthropology professors.
He really does give off like slightly eccentric mad professor with like 18 billion stories.
Oh, one of my favourite bits of his is when, I can't remember the name of the tribe, and I'm not even going to make up any sort of stupid name, but when he's talking to Margot and Vincent, and he's like, oh, Margot, I assume I've told you about such and such a tribe, and she's like, yes, Dr. Frock, a number of times, and it's like, well, I haven't told him yet.
And then just proceeds to...
Just launches into the story that he wanted to tell anyway, regardless. Yeah. No, Dr. Frock is great fun as well.
He's so sweet, like he is the professor you would love to have.
Yeah, even when Margot kind of comes in at the start to nose around Whitney's office and...
finds the crates.
Sees the crates, and Dr. Cuthbert is like, what are you doing here? And Dr. Frock's like, oh, I invited Margot in, and gives her a big wink so she doesn't get in trouble.
And then when they're like, oh yeah, we need to incinerate this stuff because it's got like a fungus on the leaves. She's like, yeah, God. And she's trying to like steal some of it, and he's like, yes, you can have some.
Yeah.
And then they incinerate the rest of it because it's just like, what is it? They find it's two massive packing crates. It's presumably the ones that were left on the pier.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, there was some mix up and they arrived by air freight. And one of them's just full of leaves with like these weird like orange, they almost look like little like fish eggs like that you get in sushi. You know, like the little orange balls.
Yeah.
They look like that. And there's like one idol mixed in with everything. And it's only like...
It's broken and has to be restored. Yeah. But Linda Hunt... Always fun. But she's, as the curator, I love the way she spends the first half of the film being like, nope, the gala must go on, the gala must go on, the gala must go on, and then shit hits the fan and she's like, fuck y'all, I'm out. Everybody follow me. Well, not everybody follow me.
Yeah, but like, no, but she's done the right thing because they're like, oh,
yeah,
when shit goes down and the police are like, shut up, listen to us, we'll get you out of here safely. She's like, right, let's listen to the man, let's get out of here.
Yeah, the head of security tries to be like, no, we gotta stay here, I'm the head of security. And
she's like, well, shut up,
and you're fired, so you're not the head of security anymore.
You didn't even know who the fucking night guy was.
Yeah, fuck you,
also, the reaction times of their security guards and the alarm system is pretty shoddy.
Yeah.
From the first case breaking to the alarms going off to the doors closing is a good, like, minute and a half.
Oh, if not more. That crowd of rich folk seem to be running over each other for, like, at least 2 or 3 minutes.
That is... You're one in the revolving door, though. Jesus.
No, the guy
who uses the other guy?
Yeah, just after the crowd of rich folk get to the exit and they get to the revolving door.
Stampede over each other.
This woman gets like smushed against the window of the revolving door, and just after that happens, one rich bloke grabs another rich bloke and uses his head to bust open a window so they can all get out. It's fucking brilliant.
He hurls him through that window.
Yeah, they just, rich folk running all over each other.
I just want to see that bit, but with, the noise of Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out of the house in Bel Air.
Whoa!
Yeah, rich folk. Yeah, stampeding.
Oh yeah, very satisfying to see rich folk run over each other.
Oh, when they all come careening round into the main, like, atrium, and because it's all like red velvet rope and some of them go flying over it, they're just like sliding across the floor.
The sprinklers have gone off at this stage.
Yeah, and they're like just pushing women out of the way.
I suppose Dr. Lee is the only other one we haven't talked about of the main-ish character. Well, and Hollingsworth, but Lee first.
Well, and Margot.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Of the smaller characters.
Well, Dr. Lee is smarmy. He's after her, the research grant that she's trying to apply for, and he's recently acquired a rather lucrative one for himself. So in academia, that's very much frowned upon.
He's a smarmy git who's trying to just get more money for his own team out from under her. So we don't like him because he's...
But that is kind of frowned upon within academia.
Oh, it is, yeah.
If you've got a big ass grant and somebody else has applied for one, you don't be a shit and go and apply for it too.
No, and then he's an absolute suck up to the Blaisdells when they show up at the gala. And he's doing his little speech in the room to them.
And then when he sucks up and stays behind.
Yeah.
And he sees, like, you can literally see the fucking dollar signs in his eyes.
Oh, yeah,
he's like, I'll stay with them.
I'll stay and protect the Blaisdells.
No, you won't. You'll stay cry.
And bore them to death with fucking evolutionary biology talk. So we're in mortal danger. I'll still try and get my grant by talking about evolutionary biology.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Lee's a bit of a dick, but he's supposed to be a dick.
Yeah, we're not supposed to like him.
No. And then Hollingsworth is our other kind of main cop. There's a couple of cops that are throughout it, but D'Agusta
he
and
looks
Hollingsworth...
like it's really funny because everybody in this looks like a knockoff version of an A-list celebrity.
Kinda. I mean, the lead would have been pretty big at the time.
But Hollingsworth, for years I thought it was Bill Paxman.
No, but it is not.
But he does look like him.
Especially when wet.
Yes, and he's wet for most of this.
Well, most of the time he's on screen. He gets you see him a lot in the second half of the film when everybody's wet, and
because the sprinkler system has gone off.
No, not Bill. And then Margot is the only main character we haven't talked about yet.
She's a smart, sensible woman.
She is a smart, sensible woman, and she's like
she takes no shit.
Yeah, she's quite strong-willed sometimes in an annoyingly 90s way. Yeah, but it's never too.
It's a little bit girl powery.
I was going to say it's never too girl powery. She's never I can do it because I'm a woman, and she never talks down to anybody either. No. She gets a bit sassy with the detective from time to time, like when he shows up for more information, and she's like, "I'm not going to give you my number" or something along that line, and he's like, "No, I'm doing a murder investigation, and you're relevant to that." But apart from that, she's not cliched really at all, to be honest with you.
No, it doesn't actually really make a difference what gender she is, what the character is.
No, because there's no love interest between the two of them either.
No, and there's nothing her strengths in this are her skill set and knowledge and her inquisitive mind.
Yeah.
And everything that she does is try to identify what this thing is that's currently rampaging around the museum, he's eating the rich.
It is eating the rich.
It's a social justice warrior.
It is. It's eating the rich, and they blew it all to hell. God damn you! You blew it all to hell. Shit, spoiler.
But because she starts looking into this weird fungus, that kind of leads her to a couple more discoveries. Like we have the bug getting into the box, which had been set up previously by finding out that the bugs have been left open accidentally.
Yeah, no, the way she works her way through the movie is she's kind of both Mulder and Scully at points, because she is supposed to be, she's the one who's not superstitious at all. The
fact that this whole thing is, the whole gala is focused around the opening of this new exhibition that is to do with superstition. And to have her be extremely skeptical, and everybody else talking about this Cathoga, which is...
She's so skeptical to the point that she seems to view anthropologists as if they are like...
Cryptozoologists?
Yeah, or believers of a religious faith. Like, there's like, no, they're studying culture. There is the line about how they're allowed to believe in the myths if they want, but she seems to think that they all think, oh yeah, no, you're an anthropologist and you go off and you study a tribe and you believe in all of their gods and all of their myths. It's like, that's not what an anthropologist does.
No.
Like, I mean, I know you're supposed to be this skeptical person, but you're an academic. You should understand what an anthropologist is and does.
Like,
Fair enough.
We know it's not a real science.
But
like, there is that aspect of it. Like, you do get like the hard sciences look down on the soft sciences and think it's like a bit shitty.
Oh, I know. I'm an arts graduate. Yeah, I know.
No, I'm a theology graduate. Yeah. I'm like the scum of the earth.
Well, I didn't know. I was fucking jack of all trades, master of none, even in my degree. It's media and ancient classics. Like, what the fuck is that good for? Apparently talking bullshit on podcasts, to be honest with you.
Theology.
Hey, you've talked your fair share of bullshit about theology on this and other podcasts.
I honed my skills at arguing with people. That's what my degree got me.
I do like DeGusto's superstitiousness as well, though, because it's not overplayed.
No.
And you get a good reason for it when you get a bit of backstory for his character.
I also love, every now and again, there's just this like little throwaway line. You find out he's gone through a divorce and they're arguing about custody. But it turns out it's custody of the dog.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious because every now and again it just gets mentioned about like he really loves the dog.
And I suppose,
how does somebody get custody of a dog?
I suppose that sets up his gruffness as well. Like, he's gone through a divorce and he's lost his dog. He doesn't even have his dog. And
he's a guitar and a pickup short of a country music number one.
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know. Are there many Italian-American country music singers?
I don't know.
But actually, you know, we have talked about everybody, but all we said about Hollingsworth was that he looked like somebody else.
He's a good cop. He does what he's told. He's
sensible,
there.
If a bit loud.
Yeah. Whisper, dude.
He's told to like take everybody slowly, quietly and quickly through the sewers, and he does 2 of those 3 things.
Yeah, he does yell.
He does not do it quietly.
Yeah. But
beyond that, he's a good guy and does his job rightly.
Yes.
Apart from all the characters, I do like that the whole thing does kind of, I know I mentioned Mulder and Scully a minute ago. The whole thing kind of feels like an extended X-Files episode, but in a really good way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean that in a bad way.
It's very kind of similar to the detective and the expert procedural.
Yeah, and you have your establishing something
conflict.
You're establishing, something weird is going on, and the experts get called in. In this case, it just happens to be a normal police detective, but he's the one who's saying, no, things don't add up, something's not right here.
Yeah.
Whereas the authorities are like, no, we have a suitable scapegoat, that will do fine.
Yeah, let the show must go on.
And then, it teams up with an expert who, together, they then parse out the actual, well, not solution, but like, what has actually happened and what this thing is.
Yeah.
It has that same kind of central plot running throughout it. A few locations.
And
you learn as you go with the characters.
Yeah, well, considering the museum has gone into lockdown.
Yeah, there's not many other places they can go.
Like, they can move kind of within the areas that they're stuck in, and they seem to have found access below ground.
Yeah.
But by and by, they're kind of contained to areas.
Yeah, no, I like, again, kind of like last week and a few other films we've covered, it's not a haunted house, but you've got that element of...
Trapped in the closet.
Yes, trapped in the closet. That's what we should call it from now on. It's a trapped in the closet horror film. Yeah, no, I just like that we get, after a certain point, it's all inside, outside, or under the museum is where everything takes place.
Yeah.
Anything else that you particularly liked about this?
I do actually enjoy the monster a lot. You never get kind of a full shot of it. You kind of just get sections in shadow and things like that.
Yeah, and there is one or two like full body shots that, yeah, they're kind of in shadow, and there's one that looks particularly shit where it climbs up the wall a bit with the SWAT team.
I'll overlook it because the whole scene is brilliant.
It is. It's awesome. The gore is great in it.
Oh, it's so good, that poor SWAT team.
But yeah, he was all prosthetic except for whenever the creature was like running. Or jumping, they use CGI. It doesn't look terrible except for in that one instance, I think.
But again, you have an actual real world something to interact with. Gives you a sense of scale as well.
Yeah.
And just how fucking this thing is.
Yeah, no, the creature effects, well, just the whole monster itself, it looks so cool when you do get to see it.
Yeah, because they're talking about they get like kind of a DNA breakdown of it, and it's a proper like chimera of like gecko, and there's arachnid, and there's all sorts going on in there, and then when you see different parts of it, you can see those aspects in its features.
Yeah, and massive props to the guys that created it, because I actually do have his name, because he deserves credit. Mark Kresh McCreary was the lead concept artist for it. He said it was a massive challenge to try and create something that like nobody had ever seen before, and he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, it's got a really weird face.
There's elements of like spider, lion.
I will say the face does, you know that scene where you do kind of get the full on where it's going...
Yeah.
You know that episode of Billy and Mandy where Billy accidentally hatches the spider? And it's like, Dad, you're home. And he just keeps shrieking and trying to kill it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it kind of look like the spider's face a little bit?
It kind of does. It kind of looks like
a... You know, like where I think it's the bit where she like makes eye contact with it and is like, I know who you are.
Yeah, there are one or two shots towards the end where he does look a bit derpy.
It just reminds me of that spider who's like, Dad, I love you. And Billy's shrieking and beating it with a shoe.
I mean, fair enough. It can remind you of whatever you want it to remind you of.
That being said, it is not cute and cuddly. It is one of the few movie monsters I'm like, yeah.
You don't find it cute at all?
No, not really.
That's impressive for you.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
No, but it looks, when you see it, especially when you see the actual non-CGI monster, it looks class. And the gore in it, just the deaths in this film, some of them are fucking great.
So many head castings.
Yes.
So many heads, like bowling balls.
And I mean, it's gory, but it's not like...
It's not overly gory. Like, none of it's done for...
Not for us, anyway.
Yeah, like, there's not, like, shit tons of, like, blood splatter and, like, it's not, like, Kill Bill levels of, like, fucking fountaining.
No, it's not.
It's
not
reasonable, and the fact that the whole set is sopping wet all the time, and it's quite dark.
I would say too dark.
It is too dark in sections.
That's one thing that last week's film has over this week's film.
Ambient lighting can make a huge difference.
Yeah, it's quite a dark
like
film.
Practical ambient lighting, it is. There are certain things that you miss that would heighten the whole aspect of being stalked by this thing.
But it's probably one of my only major criticisms of this film is that it's too dark.
Yeah. No, it is. It's really, really well paced. It isn't overly long.
It's about an hour 45, an hour and 40.
But it's
paced really well.
Yeah, like you're kind of kept with it, and it keeps your attention the whole way through. And there'll be like, there's little events that happen, and it does keep you hooked
Yeah, well, I mean, we're nerds as well, and we like academic-y type stuff, so that's probably it holds our interest.
Yeah, because they're finding out more things, and then they discover something else and go and link that back into it. And
it's about an hour in before all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like an hour. You're not sitting there waiting for it to get going.
No, and it's not that type of film where you're expecting it to be balls to the wall action from the start to finish either. And it isn't that kind of film either. But there's one of the things that I do really like about it is the spots of humour that are dotted throughout it, like the coroner.
Yeah, the coroner's brilliant.
And, on the phone call from the mayor.
Yeah.
There's just a couple of even small interactions between the characters, like where they get to the gala and one of the cops is standing beside another cop and they're both in tuxes, but one of them has the frilly.
Oh, he's in like the 70s frilly shirt and cummerbund.
And the other guy's like, "You look good," and he's like, "I don't know, I feel like
not many people are wearing these frills anymore."
And your man's like, "Nah, you look great, dude."
Yeah, all he was missing was like, you remember the pants with like the velvet stripe down the side? My dad used to have a tuxedo like that with the frilly shirt and the cummerbund and the whole shebang.
I am not surprised in the least.
With the satin jacket with the velvet.
The full Austin Powers.
Oh God, yeah. And this was back when he used to have a handlebar mustache as well. Yeah, my dad was rocking it.
But yeah, they're right. There's plenty of little bits of humour throughout it, and it's never there's not like a comic relief character or anything.
No, it's just like natural sarcasm and banter.
Yeah.
None of it feels forced. It all does feel very, very natural. Like
except for the interns.
No, the interns feel very forced, but when Linda Hunt is talking to Tom Sizemore's character about how important the gala is, the little throwaway quip about the smoked salmon.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Like, there are little moments like that through it that come naturally in the conversation.
Yeah, and because we don't have one character who's constantly cracking jokes, it never gets tiring. It never breaks the flow or anything. They're all placed at just the right kind of time. But I think the coroner probably tops it. The
coroner is hilarious.
For the funniest bit in the film, I'd say. But I don't think there's anything really that I dislike about the film apart from that little visual bit of it being that bit too dark.
Yeah.
Acting's fine. Nobody hams it up too much.
No, there are some terrible reactions, but yeah.
That's nothing major.
Yeah.
Really.
It's kind of hilarious.
The choice to have a whole load of cops and shit outside, like a ton of cops and helicopters and SWAT teams and stuff like that, in a monster film it's a bit weird. It doesn't detract from the film too much or anything. Well, the whole
point is that the museum has gone into lockdown and they don't know what's going on, and they like basically all of Chicago's like elite were at this event, so you're going to have a massive police presence at it.
Again, if there was no response, we'd be sitting here going,
massive injuries and stuff like that too. So you would have first aid responders, things like that. They're trying to, like, at one point they're trying to cut their way through the fucking security doors with acetane. Torches.
It's realistic. It's just kind of funny because you're like, there's a giant monster running around inside that museum, and there's a shitload of people outside who don't know it. Well, except for those couple of guys on the SWAT team, don't know anything about it. And okay, it's not the full-on fucking Jeepers Creepers, a whole load of guys standing there with guns pointed at the monster, and nobody being like, "Hey, that's a giant fucking monster."
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It always struck me as just a little bit weird. Like I said, it doesn't detract from the movie. It's just kind of a weird
choice.
Yeah. Maybe it's just that you just keep cutting back to it so much.
Yeah, well, this was based on a novel, so I'm assuming there probably is more fleshing out of those aspects of it.
Yeah, well, I know in the novel, the monster's underneath the museum for like 6 or 7 months rather than like a week or 2.
Yeah, wheezing around the place. The wheeziest monster I've ever heard.
I'd be interested to read the novel.
Yeah, no, it's a really...
Apparently there's no real description of the monster, well, no accurate description of the monster in the novel, which was why they had such a hard time coming up with the design for it in this.
Just threw everything at it until it looked weird enough.
They did a damn good job, though, if that was the case. I'd say it was a bit less haphazard than, let's just keep throwing legs and spikes on it.
They do, like, the referencing from the DNA sequencing would have given them a basis, so you're going to take what would evolutionarily benefit you the most. You'd probably take on those traits.
Yeah.
If they're looking at it like this is supposed to be some sort of like high-end killing machine, it is going to want to evolve like it's sticky like a gecko. It's got some of the like additional eyes like a spider. It's got like big fangy things going on.
Yeah, because when you break down that kind of side of the film and that side of the monster, it's almost a sci-fi film.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a horror film first and foremost, and I wouldn't call it sci-fi horror like
but there is a really strong basing in science in this, but in order for the science to be explained as working, there's an element of the supernatural.
Yeah,
which is really, really interesting.
There's a real nice intersection between myth and science in this film, and you get enough of the kind of the myth and the supernatural with the anthropology side and the tribal stuff that your man is studying in Brazil, and then you get enough of the science side from Margot.
Yeah,
and I suppose that I think we're just suckers for. If you mix myth and sci-fi together, well,
I'm gonna love it.
We're suckers for it. Stargate. You know? But, it does. It works really well in this. The balance is
really, really nice.
And I think, again, that X-Files comparison.
Yeah.
It's part science, part supernatural. It's where the two meet, and it makes for a damn fun late 90s monster movie.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a really, really good film. And it's one that I've always enjoyed. And it's kind of one of those movies that like some people would have never heard of, because I don't think it doesn't really have that big of a following now, or I don't think it really kind of did that amazingly well.
It was obscure enough that when I was a teenager I was able to convince a friend of mine that they actually beheaded people in the films because of some legal loophole
was this
in
around
Brazil.
The same time that everybody thought that the guy got shot in the head for reals in Starship Troopers? You know that sequence, the training sequence? Yeah. And everyone was like, oh, if you pause it at this point you can actually see him getting shot in the head.
I have a vague recollection of that. No, this was just some bullshit I made up for a particularly gullible friend of mine.
Oh, was this the same as Hackney Drivers? Hunt and Kill Paper Boys?
Yes. The same friend. The same friend. But yeah, no, it did. Though one of the things that was in the trivia was that it was projected to be a bit of a bomb, but it did like 5 times better on opening weekend than they were expecting.
Yeah, no,
but then,
I
suppose
like
if your expectations are super low, 5 times better than super low expectations might still not be great.
But that always annoys me though when the studio is like, oh, we don't think this is going to do well, because then they don't put the effort into promoting it, so they don't give it a chance that it deserves.
Yeah, or when they don't know what to do with it, which was one of the big things with one of our very early episodes, Ravenous.
Yeah,
they just didn't know
how
what
to
do with
market
it or how to market it, and it really suffered for it.
Yeah, and Ravenous is a great film.
Oh, it's a fantastic film, and thankfully it did gain a following, a bit of a cult following in the years. I don't know, I think this has a bit of a cult following.
Yeah.
But it should have more of a cult following.
Every now and again I'd see it on like obscure monster movies you should watch lists. Like this and The Korean The Host.
Yeah.
Because that would be it's kind of a similar vibe to this.
Yeah, it'd be similar.
Yeah,
well,
sort of.
Yeah, yes, yeah, no, I can see the similarities between it. That would actually be a good one for this film, or for this podcast. But anything else about... I forgot the name of the film for a second there. Anything else about... Because it was like The Relic, The Host, The Mimic. Yeah.
Maybe starting with it's a British Revolution.
But yeah, no, anything else about The Relic that you would like to bring up before we wrap up?
I'm trying to think, was there anything else in particular that I was like, that's funny, or meh, that's weird. Why did they have mummies in the Superstition Exhibition? Exhibition? That's the
Why are there mummies in a Superstition exhibition?
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah. Anything else?
No. I did like the one who fell in the sacrificial pit though. That made me happy.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that was going to go, like we were going to go back and see how...
The carnage?
No, there's a bit where Margot's running through. She thinks she's getting chased.
The wheezy bit.
And there's a bit with like a hole in the ground that looks kind of like a sarcophagus or whatever.
Yeah, they're talking about it then later when they're doing the tour through.
And when everybody's running out,
and your one falls
in it, and just the way they cut it, I looked like we were going to cut back to her and see her die or get crushed or have somebody else fall on top of her, and it just that was it. It was just a weird cutaway.
Yeah.
But that, maybe that was just me. And certainly not anything to like massively complain over.
No, if you enjoy watching a sea of incredibly wealthy people trample each other,
who doesn't?
Yeah, this is great fun.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because I felt really bad for all the catering staff. I was like, no, all the catering staff. like, they didn't sign up for this. They're just here trying to do their fucking job, and they get stuck in here. But thankfully, most of them get out, so I'm happy.
Yeah, because the fire alarm comes on and the sprinklers
and they all just go fucking cheese and they go out to the kitchen.
Yeah. They know that
staff exits.
Exactly.
They're always open.
Exactly. But no, I'd absolutely recommend this film. It's really fun. I hadn't seen it in years, so I was quite happy to see how well it held up. And I was happy to see Brian Steele in a monster suit.
No, Tom Sizemore is brilliant in this.
No, everybody who's in this actually, I have to say, there's nobody in this who's a bad actor. Yeah, because
Penelope Ann Miller at the moment is the most recent thing she's been in has been the Ryan Murphy Jeffrey Dahmer story
she's not
thing. She plays Joyce Dahmer, his mother.
I did not know that. Yeah, I think a lot of the smaller roles in this are from actors who didn't do an awful lot of acting at her. There's a lot of trivias that were like, this was the last role of this person.
Yeah.
This was the second last role of this person.
Well, a lot of the older museum staff are older.
Yeah, and the rich old museum patrons and things like that. But if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Or if, like us, you haven't watched it in a very long time and you were like, I wonder if that still holds up.
It still looks
good. It does.
Yeah.
Check it out again. And as for us, we will be back next week with our usual undecided film for the last week of October, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think there's one Monday left in October. We'll squeeze in another horror film. Fuck it, it's our podcast. We'll squeeze in as many horror films as we goddamn want. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us, guys. If you want, you can head back and listen to our previous episodes, or you can jump on over to MonoRants The Boys and listen to us talk at length about superhero TV show The Boys. And if you want to come and find us on the socials, you'll find us on Twitter at rantsmono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are MonoRants.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Jesse from Sudden But Inevitable and Open Pike Night.
This is sci-fi.